Namaste, I am Vivek. Today, I'm going to show you how to move your player easily with normalized directional movement. If you don't want to watch the whole video, you can get a screen grab of the script provided here. I have outlined which part does what to the best of my abilities, and I have provided the whole script in the description below. With that out of the way, let's dive further into the topic. To move your player, you first need a player. You can download this character that I made for one of my projects. The sprite that we are going to use is 32 by 32 pixels in size. Make sure you center your point of origin by setting the origin to middle center. Now, let's create an object and name it OBJPlayer. Then, let's assign the sprite to the player object. We can now go to our room and add our OBJPlayer to the room. Let's open our OBJPlayer and create a new step event. Here, we can declare our variable. Let's start by declaring player speed with var player speed, and let's give it a value of 2. Now, we can declare our movement. Right now, I'm assuming we are making this for keyboard inputs, so I will declare the variables as such. First, let's create a var move left variable. We can add the left arrow or A key or both to this. So let's write keyboard check vk left. This checks the left key. Add 2 vertical lines, which basically means OR in GML, and write keyboard underscore check or A. Don't forget the semicolon in all of your codes. This will check if you have pressed the A key or not. Let's do the same for the right key, the up key, and the down key. Now, this is where we will be continuously going through our game loop. To calculate the horizontal movement, let's do this. Var h movement equals to move right minus move left. So what did we do here? I created an h movement variable and declared it with the subtraction value of right to left movement. If I press the D key, my move right value will be 1, my move left value will be 0. So 1 minus 0 equals to 1. This will make my player move on a positive x value. When I press A, my move right value will be 0 and my move left value will be 1. So 0 minus 1 is minus 1. This will make the player move on a negative x value. Similarly, for the vertical movement, let's do this. Var view movement equals to move down minus move up. Generally, you would think you would want to subtract the up with the down, right? But actually no. It is because in many game engines, when it comes to a 2D plane, the world origin is at the top left. So when a player in position 50-50 is moving up, they actually have to move towards the value of 0. Their y position has to be subtracted. Just try and you will get a feel for it. Finally, let's create an if statement. If h movement is not equals to 0 or if v movement is not equals to 0, which means if any button either up, down, left or right is pressed, then you need to do the following. Write the following line of code. Now we can go line by line. The first part is calculating the angle of movement. Point detection finds the angle in degrees from one point to another. In this case, it is finding it from the origin 0, 0 to the place our player is moving towards. So, if h movement is 0 and v movement is 1, the direction is 90 degrees, so it will move the player down. If h movement was 1 and v movement was 0, the direction is 0 degrees, so it will move the player towards right. The second and third part, length direction underscore x, gives the amount the player should move in a particular direction. Now, to tie it all up, let's add the movement to global x and y values. There you have it. When you play your game, the player will move along. You would normally have difficulty moving diagonally as the player would move a bit faster. With this step, we are actually normalizing our movement as well. So, with an easy to understand script, we have made good movement for our player. I hope you found this useful. If you want to add a dynamic camera that follows the player around, do mention it in the comments and I will get to it. See you in the next video. Namaste. Goodbye.
If you are liking this content, you can help me out by simply liking and subscribing. If not, leave a comment on how I can improve. Thank you.